So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to set up an LLC in the state of Georgia. We'll be going over these 6 different steps you guys will need to follow in order to set up your LLC. And yeah, this video will be very specific to the regulations and rules in the state of Georgia. So hopefully you guys find it extremely helpful. We'll be going through each of these 6 steps in more detail. And then later on in this video, I'll actually show you guys how you can form your LLC really quickly using a service called Northwest Registered Agent. We have a special deal with them that allows you to actually use their service for just $39. And they'll basically do all this work for you so that you can save a lot of time and make sure that you are doing it in compliance. So the first step is naming your LLC. So there are some rules that you guys must follow, and these are based on Georgia's state naming guidelines. So your name for your business must include limited liability company, LLC, or L.L.C. There's also certain terms that you guys can't include in your name. For example, look at these words right here and pause the video. And then also your name, it cannot actually exceed 80 characters long, including spaces and punctuation. It also must be distinguishable on the records of the Secretary of State from other existing businesses, so it can't be too similar. Here's some examples of what is considered and not considered distinguishable. For example, you can't just add "the" at the start of the name and have that be different than an existing business. That's not going to work. There's also rules with abbreviations, as well as if there's only one difference and that is some type of phonetic spelling, that's not going to actually make it any different from existing business. I'm not going to get into too much detail here, but you guys can feel free to pause the video. Basically, you just want to make sure that your business name is not the same as any other business name in Georgia. We'll actually leave a link down below to the website where you guys can conduct a state name search. And then another thing to consider is that you'll want to make sure that there is a domain name available for your business. And while this is not necessary, of course, if you are building a business, it does help to have the domain for that exact name. Step number 2 is to hire a registered agent. This is basically a person or a business that is responsible for receiving important legal documents on your behalf, such as tax forms, lawsuits, government correspondence forms, etc. They must be a full-time resident of Georgia, meaning they are actually based in the state. And yes, it can be yourself, it can be an employee, or it can be a registered agent service, which is what I recommend. If you guys use Northwest, they actually include the service for you for free. So that's really why I recommend using them. One reason why you don't want to be your own registered agent is because this information is public. So if you want to stay private, then I definitely don't recommend using your own info. Step number 3 is to file your Georgia LLC articles of organization. This is form CD030. We will leave a link down below to it. And this is filed with the Georgia Secretary of State. There is a filing fee of $100 for your LLC currently. You guys can submit this online. You guys can do it by mail, or you can actually deliver it in person. You also want to decide on your management structure. So whether or not it's going to be member managed or manager managed. For most of you guys watching this video, you're going to be member managed. And then step 4 is to create your LLC operating agreement. And this is not required in Georgia, but I definitely do recommend it, especially if you have a business partner. The operating agreement is basically like a legal document that outlines the ownership and operating procedures and rules of your LLC. It's going to include the organization information, management and voting structure, capital contributions, distribution rules, membership change rules, as well as dissolution rules. If you guys use a service, they'll be able to do all this stuff for you. Step number 5 is to obtain your EIN for your LLC. So this is your federal tax identification number. It is literally your social security number for the business. It's going to allow you to open up your business bank account. You're gonna be able to hire employees as well as file your taxes, right? So yeah, you will need this EIN. You guys can actually get this EIN free of charge really easily, or if you guys use a service, they can do this for you. And step 6 is to obtain any additional permits and licensing. I won't get into too much detail here, but you'll want to make sure you guys are compliant with the state as well as any federal regulations. So definitely do some research, and if you guys do want, you guys can always use a service to help you with this step. So now I'm gonna show you guys how to use Northwest Registered Agent to actually file your LLC for you. As you guys will see, it's gonna take just a few minutes. This is a fantastic service that I highly recommend, and it's going to save you so much time and make sure that you actually file your LLC correctly. All right, so if you guys click on the link down below, it's going to take you to this exact landing page where you guys can actually take advantage of the Northwest $39 business formation service. So we'll click get started right here. What we'll do first is enter in what type of business we're starting. So since we are doing a Georgia LLC, we will select that, and then we will select Georgia right here. Next, we'll select our processing time. So you can do 16, 16, 14, or 12 days. Of course, the faster it is, the more expensive. So we'll just go with 16-day processing. Next, we'll enter in our company details. So you'll have your exact corporation name with a comma and then LLC. So for this video, I'll say Charlie Chang Productions LLC. We'll leave this as is, and then you'll be able to enter your physical address as well as mailing address. Since I do recommend using the Northwest Registered Agent Service, which is free for the first year, I'll just select this. So we'll click continue. Next, we'll select member managed or manager managed. Like I mentioned earlier, you guys are probably going to be member managed. We'll select omit members with the states. Then we'll select how many members we have in this company. And since it's just me, I'll leave that as 1, and then I'll put my information right here. Next, we'll click continue. And guys, I do want to say that this processing fee, it is required. So whether or not you guys use Northwest, you will need to pay that state filing fee. Now I'll enter in my email address as well as create a password. Then we'll click continue. And now I'm going to enter in my contact details. After that, we'll click continue. And here's some optional items you guys can add on. For example, if you want them to get your EIN for you, you guys can select this. That does cost an extra $50, so it's really up to you guys. For this video, I won't select that, but make sure you guys do that. They can also follow the form to get your LLC tax as an S Corp. And they also have mail forwarding, a virtual office, and a trademark service. The phone service is free, so I'll just leave that as is, and then I'll click continue. And here's where you're gonna put in your payment information. So put in the information here and click done, and it's going to immediately start the formation process for your company. Again, the link will be down below to this. You guys can see just how easy it is and just really ensures that you guys do this thing correctly. So after that, there are a few other steps you guys will probably want to do. You'll likely need a business bank account, and you'll be able to get that using your EIN. You may want a business credit card, and you'll for sure want an accountant. If you guys are selling physical products, you will need to get your sales and use tax license. You'll do this by registering for a seller's permit. Also, if you have employees in Georgia, you'll need to pay unemployment insurance taxes and employee withholding tax. So what I recommend doing is just having a payroll service like Gusto. We will leave that down below as well. They can do all this stuff for you. All LLCs must report their annual income to the IRS using one of the 2 following forms. So there's the form 1065. This is for if you have a multi-member LLC. And then if you're just a single member LLC, which is most of you guys, you will use the form 1040 Schedule C. Basically, just talk to your accountant and make sure that your taxes are filed. There's also an annual report that must be filed with the state of Georgia. It can be done online or by mail, and the fee for this is $50. This is due on April 1st of the following year in which the LLC was formed. And if you are late, there is a late fee of $25. And definitely don't miss this because they can actually dissolve your company if you fail to file. So yeah, that's basically how you guys can form your Georgia LLC in 6 steps. Yes, it can be quite complicated. That's why I recommend using a service like Northwest. And yeah, like I mentioned, we have our special link down below, which gets you access to that special $39 package. I hope you guys got some valuable information from this video. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. This whole channel is dedicated to giving you guys free guides and tutorials helping you to start your business. And if you're a new entrepreneur, I'm gonna say congratulations and good luck. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.